Hello, hello. We're just going to say hi to a few peeps here. We're doing some sacred sound and energy healing tonight. Tonight. La da tonight. Tonight. Hey, hey. Hello, guys. All right. Everything's working. All right. I thought the theme tonight could be we're going to work on overwhelm because overwhelm has several. I want to look at the same direction. Overwhelm can span lots of different things, right? Overwhelm is when our nervous system feels unresourced. And when we feel under-resourced, this sense of overwhelm comes in, but it could be because of you're overworked. It could be because you're empathic and you feel intense energies around you. So it can come from lots of different ways. And so we're going to work on overwhelm because if many of the people in my tribes are empathic, are on the awakening journey, and the energies around us are overwhelming, right? So let's see. Is Samantha here? Charlie, hello, welcome. And so I've got my G bowl out. This is the one I grabbed today. It's a frosted crystal bowl that we're gonna play. And the fifth chakra is the root. It is the base of the upper tier of the upper consciousness chakras. So it's a good one to work when we're in overwhelm so that we can come into a sense of a voice and choice. And trusting ourselves with our expression. When we can do more of that, trusting ourselves with our own expression, be the voice for what we need and want, a lot of times our overwhelm can go down, right? So here's an example. Very kind of simple. Thank you so much, TD. I don't even say it. Dog, DDAWG. Thank you. Super random, but I think super random. Trace. Okay. All right. So someone had a dream with someone in it. Okay. Not random really, because we're all kind of tracking each other on here, and yeah. So I was going to tell you a little story. So yesterday I went to work. I did some music for a church all morning, and then I came home and I worked in the yard, and I did a lot of intense yard work. And by the time we got done, we were ordering dinner and stuff. And I just said to myself, I'm going to take a bath before we get dinner. And I was proud of myself because I took care of my nervous system. Took care of my back. My back was hurting from being in the yard, doing all the yard work. And that's a choice, right? You have to stick up and have a voice for yourself and your needs and wants and desires. And if that fifth chakra is closed, we do not do that. We people please before self-care. And that's when we start the cascade of overwhelm and that pattern in the nervous system, which is fight or flight, instead of rest and relax. So let's play this G bowl for now. And let me know, you guys, how does disharmony in your fifth chakra affect your life? Are you a people pleaser? Do you put others' needs before yours? Do you rarely stick up for yourself and you really need something for your own well-being? And if this is something that that someone in your family or friend group would benefit from, please press the share button now. You can press the little arrow button on the share button for over here, and then you can just press the same button on TikTok here. All right, this is a G bowl. To really get the benefits of this frequency, really come into really focused listening, and you can also hum the tone of it. Okay, so this is a G bowl. Put this down so you guys can see that I'm playing a bowl, but you can. There we go. Sorry about that over here, that thing. I have a plate for that coming in the mail. Take in the frequency of G for this fifth chakra. Where is your fifth chakra showing that it's imbalanced? That you're not willing to show up for yourself or speak up for yourself? Thank you so much for those flowers. I appreciate you. Working on that throat chakra. Come on in. Mamachi. Hello, hello. Yeah. So there's a game that we play in when I do retreats. It's called Step into the Circle If. Well, instead, we're going to do Raise Your Hand If. Oh, hey, I'm going to put on the humidifier. Air. Nice. Light some sage. Wonderful. Marshkira. Awesome. What was I just saying? I get sidetracked so easily. Oh my God. Oh yeah. Raise your hand if. Okay, so the game is step into the circle. I'm gonna like ask some questions and see who's here right now. Okay. See who's feeling this what's going on with the fifth chakra. And instead of stepping in the circle, you can just put a heart or a hand emoji in the comments, okay? Or just put me, okay? So raise your hand if you are a people pleaser. Raise your hand if you've been taught to be seen and not heard. Raise your hand if when someone asks you a question and they ask you to speak up, you feel like you're going to get red in the face, all blushed, and you feel like you're going to vomit. Or was that just me as a kid? Okay. Raise your hand if you put other people's in needs in front of yours, like theirs is more important before yours. Raise your hand if you've ever felt kind of like a stuck energy, almost like a knot in your throat. And if you spoke past it, you were going to cry. Anyone ever feel like that? Yeah, right? Yeah. Raise your hand if when you do speak out, it kind of comes out fumbled and it's embarrassing to you. Raise your hand if it's hard to trust your own voice every single time. Oh, Sarah. Yeah. So, guys, these are all signs that our throat chakra is not balanced. That we're in a state of overwhelm. Our nervous system is a state of overwhelm, and the feelings from our heart kind of go and get processed through this fifth chakra, but we're not letting them. right? So we want to imagine this heart chakra having a lot of big feelings, and we want to see it being processed by the throat. And the a simple thing you can do is a simple hum. And then you can just let out a consonant sound, say like overwhelm, fear. Oh, so you can just kind of launch it into any sound you want. What's the sound of fear? What's the sound of overwhelm? What's the sound of not good enough? What's the sound of not worthy? These are all things that you can process from your heart with the voice, and you process them enough. It's like moving the clouds out of the way so that you can function from your third eye and from your source self. All right, so let's play this G bowl again, harmonize that throat chakra. Thank you. Appreciate all the support here. Thank you. So sing with the G bowl if you can. It'll help your throat even more. We're working on that throat chakra, which starts processing the emotions from the heart so that you can open up to your third eye and your source connection more deeply. So funny story. One of my first open mic, my friend took me, and I said, "No, no, no. My songs aren't real songs yet. This is a common indicator that your throat chakra really needs some work. No, they're not. It's not real. It's not. I'm not worthy. All this kind of stuff. Like my expression isn't good enough. It's not worthy. Um, that is a huge fifth chakra imbalance. You are worthy. The words you have to say matter. The songs you have to sing matter. So take in this G. Keep harmonizing that fifth chakra. Overwhelm starts to go away when we have permission to be ourselves, when we have permission to emote, when we have permission to write the songs, sing the songs, speak out. It's kind of like a release valve. All right, beautiful beings. Now, You can listen to my live. You can listen to my sound healing on my sites. The best part about these lives is not necessarily the sound healing, but the fact that we get to interact, and I can interact with you, and we can find what we want to do next. That is the power of these lives. So, um, the power of these lives is your voice, actually. And since I can't hear you on these lives, you're going to have to type it. Sometimes that's a little easier. So here we are live together. And to make this even um, more just enlivened, let's hear from you guys. I'd love to hear how you are, what's going on. Is anyone overwhelmed? Who's going through, who's feeling like they're waking up, um and it's harder than they thought. All right. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Who's on the awakening journey and thought like it would just be about being more kind and more loving. Let's see. But now you're feeling kind of uh like alienated from people. Sometimes we can feel, sometimes we're overwhelmed by people's energy, the world's energy, when we're waking up, and perhaps that's different than you thought. Let's see, we got some comments here. I'm going to get to all of them. Processing energies for a new chapter, want to close an old chapter. Awesome. And compassion for self and self. Yes. Introspection. Yeah, beautiful. Yes. So we want to close an old chapter and have compassion for self and others. I love that you included yourself in that. Empowerment and introspection. So much introspection with our awakening journey. Anxiety, yes, more authentic. Seems overwhelmed. Yeah, yeah, it is. Always feeling that way. Yeah, every day of my life lately. Um, mm, Thanks, guys. Thanks for lighting up the gift gallery and for the follows. I appreciate you. Overwhelmed by maintaining my basic needs, financial stability, self esteem issues, being a woman. Yeah, releasing, cleansing, and purification. So this is the thing here, guys. Um, Self esteem issues, being a woman. Yeah. Healing and dissolving, transmutation, and passion, self worth, and value. All these things that we're talking about, all the things that are hard, and that this is not to be, insensitive, but this is the way I see it, and it helps me a lot. There's two ways of functioning, okay? And when you start waking up, you see these ways of functioning, and I see it as two ways of functioning. One, we have this human self that's functioning from belief systems and programs set in motion by the ego human self, right? And then we have this other self, which is divine in nature, which is love and whole, and doesn't have a lot of belief systems except for that it's whole and that it's love, and so is everyone else. So when we're functioning from the ego and that fear and those belief systems, that's the stuff that everything, all the overwhelm comes from, right? Um, that's the stuff that, yeah, media programs us, um, self-esteem issues around being a woman because how we're seen and the beliefs around women in our culture. All of that is that human ego, right? And from fear and stuff. So, how do we start functioning from this other side, from wholeness and love, which, Abraham Hicks and Course in Miracles, there's lots of things that talk about like we don't actually have to go over here and fix and process everything. All we have to do is acknowledge that this is challenging. I want something different. I acknowledge I'm overwhelmed. And then you come over here and you surround it with unconditional love and say, "Oh, the truth of me is wholeness. The truth of me is love." And really, sometimes that's enough to just get this second reset. But sometimes we have to process the thing we're acknowledging. And sometimes you can do that with a voice. That's how I love doing it. I love doing it with voice. You guys are lighting up the comments. You're amazing tonight. Let's see. Healing and dissolving transmutation. Okay. Slowing down somatic regulation connection to source energy. Yeah. Peace, love, unity, respect. Respect is a big, and consent. Reprogram the subconscious mind, letting go of limiting beliefs. Yes. You are on it. Yes, it's exactly it. We want to get into that subconscious and reprogram it. And the thing is that I like to see the subconscious mind as just clouds in front of the light of this, the light that we are. Let's see, one second. You say I was stuck in the ego functioning until this past year. I was diagnosed with epilepsy. Wow. Ever since then, oops. Hi.
Hello.
I don't know how I just did that. How are you tonight?
I'm good. You want to battle?
Battle. I have no idea how to battle. What do we do to battle?
Just press the accept.
Accept? Okay, guys, we're going to do something I've never done before. We're going to battle. Okay, what do we do now? What do I have to do now?
They tap the screen, it gives you 3 points. If they send gifts, it puts points on you too. So that's a good thing.
Okay.
If you win, the one that gets the most points wins.
Okay, guys, can I touch the screen too?
Yeah, but it doesn't count.
Oh, okay. All right, guys, this is my first battle ever on TikTok. So, touch that, I guess, touch the screen, and we are battling right now. And what's your name?
My name's Beautiful Queen.
Beautiful Queen. All right, I'm Rebecca being sung. And all right, guys, who's winning here?
You're winning.
All right. First time for everything, guys. Oh my gosh. All right, guys, we'll do this battle and then we'll get on with our conversation. Oh my gosh. Okay. Come on, guys. We're going to talk about the subconscious ego after this. Here we go. Dun, 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 dun. Press that like button. What does it have to get to? Or is it just like 5 minutes? Or?
Yeah, just the highest person wins.
In what amount of time?
About 5 minutes, I think.
Okay, guys. All right, guys. Keep pressing that like button. This is my first battle. I'd like to come out with a bang here. Dun, 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 dun. All right, we're up to 40. Woohoo! Being in the joy, lifting the fog. Yes, yes, yes. We're being in the joy right now. First battle on TikTok. Here we go. Although I can't see any comments. Has anyone else ever done a, come on guys, we got 40. What else do we got? Bring it on, bring it on. I don't know how I got onto this, but we're having fun here. It's hard to tap and comment. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing. I can't tap, but here we go, guys. We got 2.5 minutes left. Woohoo! We got 51. All right. People make good money from battles. Really? Wow, wow, wow. All right, guys. Keep it going. Do we got 55? Is that how we're doing it? Oh my God. Woohoo! Dang. What is that? Yeehaw! Woo, 154. You got it, guys. You got it. All right, all right, all right. First battle. We got 1 minute and 50 seconds. We got this. You guys are amazing. Let's keep going. I'm going to relax my ego out of all of this.
Come on, guys. Pat that screen. Let's go. Y'all know how to do this. Let's go.
Come on. 157. We got 1 minute, 30 seconds here. 160. Let's get to 200. We got it. 200. Is that my? I don't even know. But all right, guys. Woohoo! 175. I've been.
Alexa, play Alibi.
Yes, I've been rocking. All right, guys. Let's get to 200. We got 55 seconds. All right, 178. Let's keep going. We're going to get to 200. Come on, come on. Annabella and Sunshine Jen, we got this. Alexis. All right. 188. Woohoo! 24 minutes or 24 seconds. We're going to get to 220 seconds. We got this. 200, 200. Woohoo! Woohoo! 6. All right. Woohoo! Was that a win? Okay. Oh, look at that thing. Oh my gosh, how fun. Okay. Well, thank you, Queen. Thank you, beautiful Queen. That was the first for me. I think we're gonna go victory lap. What do I do for that? Dun, dun, dun. I'm gonna get back to our conversation on subconscious reprogramming. Thank you so much. Oh no, it was fun. How do I stop this now? Okay. How do we stop this? Let's see. Bye. Well, that was fun, huh? I say the same thing. I think she will leave. All right, guys. Well, you know what? There's a first time for everything. You guys were amazing. We got 200. All right, guys. So over here, my friend Marskara is like lighting up the comments here. She's saying reprogram the subconscious mind, letting go of limiting beliefs and being safe to receive. That's the thing, guys, right? Being safe to receive. We can't feel safe in receiving if we haven't kind of cleaned up the subconscious beliefs. Now, Course in Miracles calls this these subconscious beliefs. It calls them misperceptions. That's all they are, is misperceptions. So one of the things we can do with sacred sound is heal these misperceptions that hang out in the subconscious, kind of like clouds. And sometimes we don't realize the sun is just right behind them. So think about having a really cloudy day. Now, if it was your first day on planet Earth and you just saw just a white sky, you would never know that the sky is usually blue and there's a light and sunshine. You would never know. You would just like, oh, that sky looks like this. That's it. So that's the thing with the subconscious. If we're not awake yet, or we're not privy to this, how the subconscious works, we just think, oh, well, this is how I act, and I don't even know why, and the sky is just gray, right? My life is just gray. But what happens is, if we're willing to go on a plane into those clouds, go in it, process, and then on the other side of those clouds, when you're in that plane, you're like, what the heck? Everything just turned blue and bright. All this is happening underneath that sky. So the same thing is that underneath all your subconscious is the light of your being, your wholeness, and the love that you are. It's the same thing. And it's just like, so how do we usually let go? How do clouds release? They process, right? They release rain. They move with the wind. So that's what we're doing with sound. It's kind of a simplistic metaphor, but that's what we're doing with sound. We're just processing the clouds, the misperceptions in the subconscious. So I'm going to do some sacred sound, and that is our intention. And if you hold that intention with me, we will create this potent resonant field of processing the subconscious misperceptions, coming back to the light and truth of our being, which is wholeness and unconditional love. Sound like a good plan? Right? We're going to lift the fog. All right, are you ready? So I'm going to tap 150 beats per minute to get us into the subconscious, the theta brainwaves. Feel free to share if you know anyone that might be interested in this. We're tapping about 150 beats per minute. We're slowing down the brainwaves, slowing them down to alpha, slowing them down to theta. When the brainwaves go into theta brainwaves, we want as much of the brain as we'll allow to go into theta brainwaves. What happens is we get into our creative center, our imagination. We get into our subconscious. And now we're going to get into that processing of the clouds. What's emerging from the subconscious into your conscious? What are you aware of now? What belief system? What thought, feeling? That underlies all your emotions and choices? And are you ready to reprogram, reset, process that? Let go of that misperception so that you can be free in the present moment now. this chime to bring you into a part of yourself that's ready to grow, that's ready to expand past what thought, feeling, emotion, and belief system that's held it in fear. What part wants to be released and processed? Is it safe to do it now? Thank you for the follow. Thank you, guys. Thanks for the share. Let this chime bring you into that young part of yourself that's confused, that's scared, and bring it up to the present moment. Let it know how old you are right now. Hey, you're safe now. Just processing those young parts of ourselves, clearing out the subconscious, coming back to the purity of heart that we are, the wholeness and love that we are. And we're having compassion and love for those parts of ourselves that are scared, that are overwhelmed, that lack trust. And we're putting love all around them with this sound. You are whole, you are beautiful, you are unconditional love. We together are one love consciousness. All right, beautiful people. What happened for you? What did you find out in your subconscious? What revelations came through? Anything? You felt anxiety go away. That's amazing. Trace, that's awesome. There's a part of you that doesn't want money at all. That's a revelation, huh? Yeah. There's parts of us that don't want money at all because we're just like, Money doesn't really mean anything to certain parts of ourselves, but it is a way that we participate in this world. And so if there's something around, is it okay to participate with money? Right? I felt calm and happy and forgiving. Well, that's just the most beautiful way of feeling, isn't it? Calm, happy, and forgiving. That's a beautiful way. I did a sound bath on Friday night live, and someone said, like, after the sound bath, they just felt like they wanted to forgive everyone. I was like, wow, there's the work right there. There's the work right there. Because when you want to forgive everyone, that means that you've forgiven yourself, meaning that you have seen yourself as love, and now you're seeing everyone else as love. And that's forgiveness. You let all the misperceptions, all the misbehaviors go, and you just say, oh, what we truly are is just love. Letting go of the past. Yeah. Yep. It's like letting go of the past, because really there's only the present moment, and the only time the past is really functioning is if we're functioning from a past thought, feeling, emotion, belief system, right? If that young part of ourselves got that programming that we're not worthy, then we keep bringing the past into the present moment by living unworthiness, right? Um, but when we're in that state of joy and calm and forgiveness, we're in the present moment. We're in this beautiful present moment only. And it's so the more we can live from the present moment. And that's why there's so many self-help books and spiritual paths and religions, because sometimes it's just hard, right? To just, sometimes we need bullet points, or we need tools, or we need bridges, right? Um, so if something could act as a bridge to our source self, and bridge it, and we practice the bridge long enough, then we don't need the bridge. Then the chasm closes and we know who we are. But sometimes that bridge to getting there is required. And that's why you see so many different things, because people have used lots of different bridges, right? They've used Reiki, they've used different religions, they've used music and sound and voice, they've used yoga and Pilates, they've used Buddhism, they've used Tai Chi. These are all bridges. And we think we need to walk over the bridge to the chasm to get to um, know who we are, right? Um, can we have a quantum leap and just know? Yeah, a lot of people have. Modern day one person is Eckhart Tolle. He fell to the floor one day and woke up and was like, whoa, what just happened? There was no bridge. He just woke up. And that's one way to do it, but it can be very um, disorienting. Like he said, he never went back to his job. He sat on a bench for 2 years contemplating what just had happened. And so that's interesting. I had a little experience like that several years ago. I was reading the Bhagavad Gita, and I was doing like long meditations, and I would go into those states of just blasted out, kind of like samadhi bliss state. Um, and it's tough functioning in a regular day-to-day life in that kind of blissed out samadhi kind of way, um, because you're right, like you don't really want for anything, you don't really get hungry, you're kind of like blissed out, you feel like you're just high. And at the time I had two young kids, and I had to go to the grocery store. It was kind of challenging, but eventually I caught up with myself and was able to integrate that into participating into 3D world. But when we really get into the truth of ourselves, like all we really want is love, joy, right? And just to be connected with every single person in that. Um Yet it would be it's nice to have our needs met, right? It's nice to have the comforts. It's nice to have comforts, right? I like being comfortable. I like having a bed. I like having water. I like having hot water. Those kind of things. Um, but yeah, I'm not wooed by um, things myself. But I've been burning up lately. I'm like past menopause, so I don't have heat waves anymore. But I've been hot. So guys, what else is on your mind here? How else is the healing path going? I really want to I really want to like just talk about that bridge process because we keep building the bridge with whatever spiritual practice we're doing, whether we're singing, whether we're meditating, whether we're doing yoga. The bridge just keeps getting built. Like think about like the planks that build like a wooden bridge over a chasm, right? Um, I bought you bought a chime. You bought a tuning fork and it's healing. Oh, nice. Nice, nice, nice. Um, so tuning forks, sound healing, these are just you just keep building the bridge across the chasm. Um, and what is the chasm, right? So think of it this way. Here's your whole self. Here's the love, here's the truth of yourself, and you have this chasm that you go down and back up. Think of that dark night of the soul. I don't know who I am. If you're like, my gosh, 19, and when I was 19 through my 20s, it was a dark time. And you go down and you go down, and eventually, like you pop like popcorn back up, and you awaken. I personally believe, some people don't, but I personally believe that you can build the bridge with personal practice to get to know yourself more and to to practice being yourself more. And the more you practice the bridge, the less you have to go down at the chasm, and the more you can bring the chasm together and not have to go to the depths, right? Like so um there's lots of chapters in the Course in Miracles, this book, that talks about just acknowledging the part of yourself that they call the Holy Spirit, acknowledging yourself as that, and then anything that's not that, that's fear based, you acknowledge it and just offer it up to Holy Spirit. Now, I have been practicing that way. Now, I've been one of those people that creates a bridge with sound healing and meditation and prayer and yoga and whatever else. And but I tell you, this is a pretty quick way when you acknowledge the fear of the ego and then just say, Holy Spirit, process this misperception I have and bring me back to the truth of myself. It's super simple. And so I find that to be a very short bridge and a great way to process. Um, but it's It's tough. It's tough sometimes. That dark night of the soul really can get us, and those ego deaths. Does anyone know what I'm talking about with an ego death? They make you feel like you're really dying, but you're not. It's just a part of yourself that is. This is called a tingsha. You think, okay, yeah, you would know. You would know because it is very painful, and it really feels like you're just going to fall off the planet, like, and you want to, like, you're just like, and it looks a little bit like I don't know if I can say this on the lives, but it can be really intense, and it feels like you're dying, but you're not. You're that part of you is, right? If you've ever felt like that. Anyway, um but this is a tingsha, and this helps with binaural beats. So the thing is, a binaural beat is one frequency goes in this ear, one frequency goes on this ear, and the corpus callosum at the bottom of the brain processes another frequency. And these, no, not expensive at all. I just got them on Amazon. And I got little ones too. Yeah, I don't remember these being much money. And they have symbols on the bottom. You guys see that? The symbols? I don't know exactly what the symbols are, but I know with a lot of this kind of stuff, like bowls, like Tibetan bowls and things like this, they do prayers and they put symbols in them. So, and it's cool because the symbols create a vibration. So, I mean, these could be the symbols of the person that created them, but most likely they're kind of like a prayer. Yeah. So just listen to them. And ego death is when a part of your ego, part of the subconscious that it really identified with, starts to go away, starts to process and die. Like you're no longer functioning from that identity anymore. And it dies. Okay. And it feels like you're dying. It feels like you don't want to be here anymore. Right. And it feels like a death. Um, but it's not you, it's this part of you. And it can feel like depression. It can feel like a very tough mental health day or mental health month. It's but in the awakening process, you have a lot of these because all the things you identified with, like as a sense of self, like your emotional pattern or a certain personality trait, this is all part of the ego. And those things start dying off and processing, right? Like you start processing and they start dying off, and you no longer identify with them anymore. And the belief system that it's all rooted from. And so when that root system breaks, it gets plucked. It's part of the healing journey and the awakening journey. That gets plucked. You no longer have that belief system as a root. You no longer identify with that part of yourself, and it starts to die off in the subconscious, and it can be painful, like a hard mental health day, very hard mental health day. But if you know what it is, like, see, I didn't exactly know what it was, but if you have retrospect, like if you know what this is, like I'm letting you know right now what it is, and it starts to happen, you can know, like, oh, you can ask questions, you can sit with it. What's being released here? How old was I, or how old am I being when I was believing this? 5 years old. Okay. I'm really willing to let this go and, surround that part of yourself with love. So if you can do it that way, I didn't realize what was happening. Um, just like I didn't realize what was happening with menopause, even though I've studied the body, but like I just I went through it kind of early with menopause, and I didn't even realize what was happening. I thought I was just going through an awakening, which you are when you're going through menopause, but you also, it's a physical thing too. Um, yeah. So if you have an idea of what's going on, you can process it with more awareness and have less struggle or pain with it. So if you feel like you're going through an ego death, if part of your identity is resolving and going away, you can be like, what is this? What belief system am I starting to not live by anymore? Just ask questions like that. Who is this? What is this? How is this? When is this? Those kind of questions, open-ended questions. Um, and then Rumi has a poem. It says, "The guest house. Sit with it. When you have those intense feelings, sit with it. Like just be with it. Don't try to change it. Don't try to just, you can get curious about it, like with those questions, but just sit with it. And then, what is this?" And Eckhart Tolle says that the moment you're willing to just be with what is, that's usually when you've got find peace around it. Oh wow. You've been going through cancer For past 8 years, it hurt my ego. Yeah, right? Because you think you've been taking care of yourself, and then that happens, right? I'm sorry. Yeah, that is interesting. 8 years. What kind? Do you mind sharing any information on it? What kind of cancer? Sometimes life gives us challenges to wake us up. Yeah. So I bet there's a lot of healing from the chemo, right? It's clear now. How wonderful. I'm so happy it's clear now. Yeah, that's okay. Wow. Way to go. What a warrior you are. That's really amazing because when it goes to the bones, that can be painful and hard to get rid of. But I'm so, so glad that you're here and that it's you're completely clear. But it changed my view on my hair, etc. But yeah, right? Yeah. If you don't mind me asking, how old are you? Because age does that too. age age changes your view on your body and your hair and your identity with it all as well. I'm 54, and yeah, right. Like the gray that's coming in here, and the gray hair for some reason it just sits differently. It's just I don't know why I can't see it here. Um, the gray hair has a mind of its own. You're close to my age, yeah. So it's then the body just does different things, right? And it helps you not identify it with it anymore, right? Yeah, yeah. So look at this cute little um, tuning fork. Isn't it cute? My husband gave it to me. He found it. We're getting ready to move and sell our house, and he went through all his things, and this is one of the things that yes, people love to me, hair or no hair. Good. Yes. Listen to this. You hear that? I'd be scared to lose my hair because I have so many bumps on my head. My husband just shaved his head and he has such a nice clear head. I swear if I had a clear didn't have bumps on my head, I think I would shave it. Look, how would I look with my head shaved? Let's see. How would I look with my hair shaved? I don't know. Um, but I have all these bumps, like these little. I don't know why they come to my head, but they do. My bumps were gone though. Good, 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 good. All right, guys. If we were going to do another sound bath, I'm going to do it with the big drum. What do we want our intention to be for that one? Money, money, can you do a prosperity healing guidance for us? Yes, sure. All right. So someone over here, Marshkira wants us to do a prosperity healing for us. God, yes. Okay. All right. All right. All right. All right. So first off, what is our view about money? I've had several teachers talk about this. We want to shift our view about money to analogous to our view about air. It's just always there. Yep. Air is just always there. So is money, right? If we are infinite beings and there's infinite abundance, then that would make sense that we would have infinite abundance. We are infinite, there's infinite abundance, we have it, we are it. So I want you to say this: I am infinite. The universe is infinite. Abundance is infinite. I am that abundance. Okay. I breathe in air just as I receive money. It just all flows easily. I take it in, I give it out. Okay. And so anything, any thought in our subconscious, any misperception that we have saying otherwise, that we're not worthy, or that money is evil, or that money isn't kind, or whatever strange point of view that like your childhood brought you up about money. It's just, we are infinite beings. The universe is infinite. There's infinite abundance. We are that infinite abundance. Okay. And anything that's not that perception, we just offer it up to the sound, into the light. Here we go. The universe is not on a budget. I love that one. Not at all. The universe is just reflecting to us where we are vibrating. The universe is just reflecting to us the programs and the beliefs that we are vibrating and that we are being. So let's vibrate. We are infinite beings with infinite abundance. We are. And everything's in complete divine order. We are supported with all the abundance we need, and we never know how or when it's going to come to us. A little example is, I'm selling my house. One of the fences is falling down, and we were like, I don't think we're gonna fix that fence before we sell the house. Maybe we'll just try to brace it. I don't know. I guess we'll just have to sell it without the fence being fixed. We woke up today to someone fixing the fence. It was the next door neighbor's dad, who is a construction guy, and he was fixing the fence for his daughter, who is our neighbor, but it totally helped us because we're selling the house next week and the fence looks so good. You never know how abundance comes. Receive it, receive the love and the divine timing. And you do not have to trudge and do extra. You are worthy. We just woke up and our fence was being fixed. Ah! Receive, receive, receive. I am. Receive, 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 receive. I am the abundance. I am the love, the light. I am the love. I am the light. I am the abundance of the universe. I am. Oh, hey, oh, hey, yo, hey, yo, hey, yo, hey, oh, hey, oh, hey, I receive. I want to hear it in the comments. I receive. Let me see the word I receive in the comments. I receive. I receive, I receive, I receive, I receive. I am, I am, I am. I receive, I receive, receive, I receive. I am, I am, I am. I receive, I receive, I receive. Oh, 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 I am, I am, I am, I am. I receive, I receive, oh, I receive. Oh, hey, oh, hey, oh, hey. We are infinite beings, living in an infinite world. We are infinite beings, living in an infinite world, living in an infinite body. We are infinite beings. The world reflects our infinite. Oh, yeah. I receive it all. Yes. I receive, I receive, I receive. I receive, I receive, I receive. Oh, hey, hey, oh, hey, oh. I receive, I receive, I receive. Oh, hey, oh, hey, oh, hey, oh, hey, oh, hey. I receive, I receive, I receive. I'm an infinite being, living in an infinite universe. I receive, I receive, I receive. I receive, I receive, I receive. Oh, hey, oh, hey. Receive your infiniteness. As an empath, be careful not to receive everyone's lack, everyone's program of lack in the collective. Let's cut and clear that program. Clear and cut the program. Let's destroy and uncreate the program of lack. We do not live in that universe. We are in an infinite abundant universe because we are infinite abundant beings. So let's start reflecting that. I receive, I receive, I receive. I receive, I receive. I receive, I receive, I receive. I am, I am, I am, I am. I am, I am, I am. I'm abundant, living in abundant world. I am abundant, living in abundant world. Oh, way, oh, way. I receive, I receive, I receive. I hope you're saying this at home. I receive, I receive, I receive. I am, I am, I am, I am, I am, I am. I receive, I receive, I receive. Oh, hey, oh, oh, hey, hey, hey. Azaris is in the house. Hello, my friend. This is our sound bath for abundance. And oh, hey, oh, hey. I receive, I receive, I receive. I receive, I receive, I receive. Oh, hey, oh, hey, oh, hey, oh, hey, hey. I am abundant, living in abundant world. I am abundant, living in abundant world. I receive, I receive, I receive. Ooh. I receive, I receive, I receive, I receive, I receive. I am, I am, I am, I am, I am. There is no separation. There is no separation. I am, I am, I am. I am abundant, living in an abundant world. I am, I am, I am. I am, I am, I am. I am. When you put it that way, right? Thank you for the stars. When we put it that way, there's nothing we can't have or create. And then we know that and we're like, I'm pretty content and happy. I just want a comfortable bed and clean water, please. Right? I got clothes, I got food. I'm grateful. I'm grateful. The world is abundant. I'm infinite. Woo! Thank you. Thank you. Fun, fun, fun. All right, how did that land with everybody? My battery is about to die. I got to go get my charger. How did that land with everybody? Light up the comments as I go get my charger. And I am, I am, I am. Oh, hey, oh, hey, oh, hey. I am, I am, I am. I am, I am, I am, I am. I am, I am, I am, I am, I am. All right, let's see what's in the comments. Let's see what's in the comments. Oh dear. Come on. It's not. Some reason. What do we say? I think everyone was relaxing and not typing, but I feel hopeful about money. Awesome, awesome. Which I totally understand because it's super common. Nice. Thanks. There we go. All right, guys. Alrighty, guys. Well, I hope that felt like a prosperity healing. And I hope we receive. So, to receive more prosperity, what's required is for us to receive more of ourselves. Yeah. How do we receive ourselves? How do we receive the truth of ourselves? As we were talking about, like, I'm an infinite being living in an infinite universe. And the world that I see is reflecting what I'm willing to receive. So open up that field of willingness, knowing who and what you truly are, that infinite beingness, abundance. So the law of vibration says we have to be before we are it, right? Are the next thing. We have to be it. So say, I want to be a doctor, right? We kind of have to be the energy of being a doctor before we can actually be a doctor, right? So, yeah. Be the energy of abundance, of wealth, of prosperity. Okay? You're so welcome. You're so welcome. All right, guys, we have about 10 more minutes here on this live. I'm going to do a few little housekeeping things here. Tomorrow morning, we do 3 minutes of love. Thank you. Thank you. 3 minutes of love is when we all gather here at 8:30 tomorrow morning, Tuesday morning, and we all focus wholeheartedly on the frequency of love. Okay. And at the top of the hour, we do it for 3 minutes with sound. So if you have the morning free or you can take a break, come at 8:30 Mountain Time. That is 8:30, 10:30 Eastern Time, 7:30 Pacific time. And if you are over in Europe, that's 7 hours. So 8:30, 9:30, 10:30, 11:30, 12:30, 1:30, 2:30, 3:30. It'll be 3 or 4:30, depending where you are. Excuse me. Just a little burp. Over in Europe. All right, guys. So that's that. Then we have coming up our One Love Alignment Sunday. I love this Sunday. This is March 1st, coming up on Sunday, 5 o'clock p.m. Mountain Time. And that's my husband's meeting with us. And he's going to give us the rundown of the astrology for the month. Then we're going to have a metaphysical talk on like how to use these energies in the most positive way for the month. And then I'm going to do a little sound healing. Okay. So definitely mark that on your calendar. Okay. That'll be live here and there. And any donations are appreciated for that. We're going to be on it for like 90 minutes, giving you astrology, sound healing, metaphysical tips. It's kind of like a workshop. So an inspirational workshop, spiritual workshop, astrology workshop. So if you want to come to that, 5 p.m. Mountain Time on Sunday. I think that's everything for now. If you would like private stuff with me, private awakened voice sessions or private sound healings, I do 15-minute sound healings. I do 90-minute voice sessions. And we do something called the harmonic healing map. And you can find all of that either in the descriptions or in my link. Okay, well, that's all. So let's do some more bowl. Let's do some. We started out our time together with working on that throat chakra. So let's end that way as well. Coming into a harmonized throat chakra where you are seen and heard with respect. You trust your voice and you live with the belief that your own self-care and needs are just as important as everybody else's. Voice it. Say it out loud. Thank you for those puff hearts. I love those. So that was a frosted bowl, crystal bowl. It's made out of quartz crystal. And that was a G note for our throat chakra. So one of the things that my husband and I do is it's really cool. He takes a look at someone's birth chart and he looks at how that's represented in the chakras, right? How the birth chart represents in the chakra system, where you inherently are either wide open in a certain chakra or blocked or have challenges, or if it's over, the chakras being over, um, has, what is the word he used? Overworked, whatever. So it's really cool seeing your birth chart represented in the chakras, and where you have your, where you excel, where you have your challenges. And then I take a look at that chart, your chakra chart, and I do sound healing and balance those chakras out, so that you can. So one way you can use your chart for on your ascension journey, or your awakening journey. Mhm. All right, guys, I have 4 more minutes. Any questions or comments before we round this out? Any questions about, the chakra system, about sound healing, about prosperity, about ascension symptoms, about and really, anything metaphysical? Mhm. Well, let's end. What do we got here? Ooh, this is the unity, release, and reimagine. Let's end with a little something here. So today is, anyone know what Lent is? It's, if you grew up Catholic or Christian, it starts on Ash Wednesday, which is the day after Mardi Gras on Tuesday, and it's the days that work up until Easter, which is the resurrection. And if you think about it metaphysically, the idea of like Christmas was when we like rebirthed ourselves, and then Easter is when we resurrect our spirit into our divine infiniteness that has no death. All right, so today, let's read today's. Today is Monday the 23rd. Ah, I love this one. I love this one. It says, I release illness. Illness can be ultimate an uninvited guest. Yeah. It's a Illness can be the ultimate uninvited guest. It disrupts plans, routines, expectations, and even our sense of who we are. From a mild cold to a serious diagnosis, illness reminds us how fragile and unpredictable life can be. Culturally, we may see illness as a personal failure, a lapse in judgment, or flaw in our immune system. Sometimes we reach for blame. A coworker came in sick, the doctor missed something, the system failed us. But what if illness is simply life, unfolding in ways we can't always control, and an opportunity to release what is weighing us down? When illness shows up, we have a choice: to fight against it, or to pause and reflect, meditate, and pray. What can I release in this moment? A long held belief, anger or resentment, a role that no longer serves? Illness is one of life's more difficult and important teachers, an invitation to focus on what really matters and to come home to spirit. That's a good one, huh? That's a good one. I forgot I had this. That's a good one. So let's come home to spirit right now as we get ready for bed. Let's come into our hearts, come into calm, come into peace, come into knowing of our abundant connection to the abundant universe. May it be so. May it be so. All right, beautiful people. I hope to see you tomorrow morning for 3 Minutes of Love, where we create a field of love across the collective. Okay. Bye.